Hey, my name is Tiamu Nifo, born in Samoa, raised in Sydney, and this is my story. So I arrived in Sydney mid-80s, and I grew up in Sydney from, right through the 90s and into the early 2000s. Grew up around from along the Canterbury-Bankstown line, from anywhere from Marrickville to Punchbowl, Bankstown. But I mainly spent most of my childhood around the Wally Park, Lakemba areas. I grew up from a broken family. My parents split. And for me, throughout my whole childhood, I think the one thing that I longed for as a child was validation of just love, I guess. And I think a lot of the young kids who are around me at that age, that was the one thing we all long for, and that was love. And that's nothing against our parents. Our parents were raised the way they were, and as most islanders know, the old school islander mentality is, they never showed love. Their way of showing love was through discipline, and they did what they did so that we could eat. But for us growing up, we didn't have much, and you sort of had to fend for ourselves at a very young age. At the age of 18, I was arrested and sentenced to 6.5 years jail for just a spate of crimes, ranging from armed robberies to conspiracy to supply. Jail was it was hard, but it was good for me, because that was the changing point in my life. Being in jail and just experiencing that side of the fence made me realize that that's not the life I wanted to live. And I met so many heavy hitters, killers in there, and top blokes, humble guys, but the rep that comes with them was, it's pretty massive. And just learning from their experiences and talking to those fellas, those guys doing, I thought I got along, but when I met guys who were doing 15-year bricks, you know what I mean, like, it kind of made me feel like, man, my time's nothing compared to them. So I just, my time in there, I just started learning off of these guys, and just learning, hearing their stories, and coming to the conclusion on my own that, man, this is not a life I want. And so that was my experience in jail. It's a bad place to be, but for me, it was a place I had to be in to be able to become the person that God wanted me to be. So getting out from jail, I moved up to Brizzy, where I now reside, and with my family, and we moved up here, and I started going to church up here. I never really found a home church until we found the church that we're at now, Kingdom Makers Church, and that's where I truly found my calling as a Christian, and just sharing my story to help other people, just telling people about the love of Christ. Because I think as a child, for me especially as a child, we always craved that, as I said before, we craved that validation. That's all we craved was, just validation and love from people. And I found I never got that. No matter who I turned to, what I did, I never felt that love until I come to Christ, and I felt that for the first time in my life. I felt whole. I felt that fullness, that love that Christ has to offer. And for me, it was that's what I was searching for. But I was searching for it in the wrong places. Society says that we're meant to be this, we're meant to look like this, but Christ says, come as you are. And I thank God that I was able to find Christ. I thank God that I was able to, find who I was, because, a lot of the times you live that life, you're searching for who you are, who you really are. And when I found Christ revealed to me who I really was, and that's the man you see today. So I'm thankful for where I am. I'm thankful that God has a plan for me and a purpose for me. So